Ready for the analysis? Gotowi na analizę? Back to our homework. Simple tenses and a lot of thinking in front of us, which you have already done. Z powrotem wracamy do naszych czasów gramatycznych i dużo myślenia przed nami, co już oczywiście zrobiliście. At home, doing your homework. W domu, robiąc zadania. So, we have our simple tenses. Mamy nasze czasy proste, gramatyczne czasy. And we have irregular verbs, which is an extra. I mamy czasowniki nieregularne. To takie nasze małe ekstra. Let's look at them. Spójrzmy na nie. This is a short list. To jest krótka lista. But there are longer lists in your dictionaries. Ale są dłuższe listy w waszych słownikach. Find. Znaleźć. Found. Found. Take. Brać, wziąć. Took. Taken. Be. Być. Was. Were. Been. Have. Mieć. Had. Had. Read. Czytać. Read. Read. Write. Pisać. Wrote. Written. Find. Found. The blue one. Niebieskie. Find. Znaleźć. Found. Znaleziony. Past participle. Imię słów biernych. Take. Brać. Taken. Wzięty. Zabrany. Brany. Be. Past participle. Imię słów, taken. Past participle. Imię słów biernych. Be. Być. Been. How to say it in Polish? Past participle. Byty? Well, I don't know. We need to work on it in sentences in Polish. Nie wiem. Musimy nad tym pracować w zdaniach w języku polskim. Have, mieć. Had, past participle. Imię słów biernych. Miany. That doesn't sound too good. Nie brzmi za dobrze. The same as in the case of be. Tak samo jak w przypadku be. Read, czytać, read, czytany. Or przeczytany. Write, pisać. Written, napisany, pisany. Past participle. Imię słów biernych. So we have the first list of forms. Mamy więc pierwszą listę form. In the past. Loved, succeeded, failed, walked, decided, learned, found, took, was. What do we have here? And we know that this is past simple. Co my tutaj mamy? I wiemy, że to jest past simple. Przeszły prosty. How do we know it? Because it is a fact in the past. Ponieważ jest to fakt w czasie przeszłym. Simple. We have the ed ending. Mamy zakończenie ed. Loved, succeeded, failed, walked, decided, learned. Then we have found, took, and was. Let's look at our irregular verbs. Popatrzmy na nasze czasowniki nieregularne. Find, found, found. Found is the same. But take, ale take. Found jest takie samo. Ale take. Take, took, taken. Took. And be. be. Was, were, been. Was. So we have the regular ed, więc mamy regularne ed and the irregular second form i nieregularną drugą formę. The second form, druga forma. Took, not taken. Took, nie taken. Was, not been. Was, nie been. Since then, od tamtej pory. Present perfect tense. Present perfect simple. Simple. Perfect. Because it's simple, it's a fact. Perfect. It connects. Time. It connects in time. Since then, so there was the past. Od tamtej pory, excuse me, simple to fakt. Prosty to fakt. Perfect łączy w czasie. Since then, od tamtej pory. So something was in the past, coś było w przeszłości, and since then, i od tamtej pory, and we connect the past with the present time. Since then till now. I łączymy przeszłość z teraźniejszością. Od wtedy do teraz. So let's look at the forms. Have loved, have succeeded, have failed, have walked, have decided, have learned, have found, have taken, have been. So we have, więc mamy have. and the ed ending i końcówkę ed. Loved, succeeded, failed, walked, decided, learned, and then a potem found, taken, been. Let's look at the irregular verbs. Find, found, found. Take, took, taken. Be, was, were, been. Third form. Past participle. Trzecia forma. Imię słów biernych. Regular ed, irregular third form. Taken, not took. Been, not was. Taken, nie took. Been, nie was. What if we don't have the list of the irregular verbs? A co jeśli nie mamy listy czasowników nieregularnych? Because we didn't have it, bo jej nie mieliśmy. When we were doing our homework, kiedy robiliśmy nasze zadanie. Well, we see that the ed is regular. We see that we have. Widzimy, że ed jest regularne. It is always there. Zawsze tam jest. Except for found, taken and been. Z wyjątkiem found, taken i been. We see that have is always there. Widzimy, że have jest zawsze tam. Że zawsze jest tu have. And then we look at in the past. Found, took, was, and since then, found, taken, been. Found is the same, but there is a difference. Found jest takie, patrzymy na w przeszłości i od tej pory. Found jest takie samo, ale took and taken are different, ale took i taken są różne. Was and been are different. Was i been są różne. So, we know find, from the song. Znamy find z piosenki. We know take from the song. Znamy take z piosenki. We know be from the lesson. Znamy be z lekcji. And we look for phones. I szukamy phone. So we have find, found, found, take, took, taken, be, was, been. So there are three if we think of I wanted to say if we think of three trees on which we put little pieces of paper, but that can be painful to trees, so perhaps it's not the best idea. Chciałam powiedzieć, że jeśli pomyślimy o 3 drzewach, na których wieszamy karteczki, ale potem pomyślałam, że to może być bolesne dla drzew, więc może to nie jest najlepszy pomysł. So I think that we will have, or perhaps we can have some artificial trees. Może możemy mieć jakieś sztuczne drzewa. And then on one tree we will have find, take and be. I wtedy może mieć jakieś sztuczne drzewa, wtedy na jednym będziemy mieć find, take i be. On the second one we will have found, took and was. And on the third one we will have found, taken and been. Na drugim będziemy mieć found, took i was, a na trzecim będziemy mieć found, taken i been. Earlier, wcześniej. Our forms. What do we have here? Had loved, had succeeded, had failed, had walked, had decided, had learned, had found, had taken, had been. And what do we know? We know that we have the past, the present time and the future. Co wiemy? Wiemy, że mamy przeszłość, teraźniejszość i przyszłość. And we know that simple is about facts. I wiemy, że prosty dotyczy faktów. And we know that perfect creates a connection. I wiemy, że perfect, łączący, tworzy połączenie. In time, w czasie. And we have earlier, in relation to what? I mamy wcześniej, w odniesieniu do czego? Well, we start from the past. No, zaczynamy od przeszłości. And then we have since then, od tamtej pory. So this connects the past with the present time. Więc to łączy przeszłość z teraźniejszością. And earlier connects the past with the past, which was before the past we start with. A earlier, wcześniej, łączy przeszłość z przeszłością, która była przed przeszłością, od której zaczynamy. So, it is about the past. Past, perfect, simple. For example, in the past, 10 years ago, na przykład w przeszłości 10 lat temu, since then, for 10 years, od 10 lat, till now, do teraz, and earlier. For example, 20 years ago. I wcześniej. Na przykład 20 lat temu. Let's look at the forms. Spójrzmy na te formy. Had loved. Had succeeded. Had failed. Had walked. Had decided. Had learned. Had found. Had taken. Had been. So we have had. And then we have regular and irregular. A potem mamy regularne i nieregularne. We have the regular ed, mamy regularne ed, and the irregular found, taken and been. I nieregularne found, taken i been. And found, taken and been is exactly the same as found, taken and been in since then. But since then we have found, taken i been jest dokładnie takie samo jak w since then. Ale have jest inne. Have is different. Since then we have and earlier we have had. So since then is present and earlier is past. So have is present and had is past. So we have had, past simple, and past participle. Nowadays, obecnie. Love, succeed, fail, walk, decide, learn, find, take, am. The first three. Or not. Not the first three, because pierwsze drzewo. Albo nie pierwsze drzewo, ponieważ we have am. Bo mamy am. And the first tree is B. A pierwsze drzewo to B. Well, perhaps we need more trees. Może potrzebujemy więcej drzew. But we know from the previous lesson the conjugation. Koniugację. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are, we are, you are, they are. I am. And today we know that am is the first person singular. I am. So this is present simple. Facts. In future, shall love, shall succeed, shall fail, shall walk, shall decide, shall learn, shall take, shall be. Shall and the first three. Shall i pierwsze drzewo. Verb. Be. And we know that it's called infinitive. I wiemy, że czasownik, pierwsze drzewo czasownik, i wiemy, że nazywa się bezokolicznik. by the day of my death. W dniu mojej śmierci, do dnia mojej śmierci. Will have loved, will have succeeded, will have failed, will have walked, will have decided, will have learned, will have taken, will have been. Will have, so this is perfect because we have imperfect tenses. Więc will have i wiemy, że to jest perfect, czyli łączący, ponieważ mamy have perfect tenses, present perfect, past perfect and future perfect here, and regular and irregular, regularne i nieregularne. Let's look at the irregular. Taken, been, one is missing, jednego brakuje. Found, taken, been, found, past participle. So let's look at it again. Well, today we know, but when we were doing the homework, we could have questions. Teraz wiemy, ale kiedy robiliśmy zadanie, mogliśmy mieć pytania. From the song, leads you to a lonely place. Prowadzi cię do samotnego miejsca. Leads, S i S ending. So this is the question. Leads, S, końcówka S. To jest pytanie. We don't have any S in the verbs here. Laugh, succeed, fail, walk, decide, learn, find, take, Nie mamy tutaj żadnych S na końcu, in the end, at the end of the verbs, na końcu czasowników. And future. Shall, so shall for simple and will for perfect. So this is the second question. And perfect, have, and past participle. So that would be the end of the analysis, with which we come back to our class. Więc tutaj przy tym przyszłym to shall do future simple, a will do shall do simple, a will do perfect. To jest drugie pytanie. Pierwsze to leads you to a lonely place, oto S. Drugie to shall i will. No i w sumie tutaj jak perfect to have i past participle to sobie skrócimy do PP. I z tym przechodzimy na następną lekcję. And now, what happens in the lesson? Well, of course, you ask questions. I potem, co się dzieje na lekcji? Oczywiście zadajecie pytania. And we arrive at the conjugation. I dochodzimy do koniugacji. I read, you read. He, she, it reads. We read. You read. They read. I love. You love. He loves. She loves. It loves. We love. You love. They love. I succeed. You succeed. He succeeds. She succeeds. It succeeds. We succeed. You succeed. They succeed. I fail. You fail. He fails. She fails. It fails. We fail. You fail. They fail. I walk. You walk. He walks. She walks. It walks. We walk. You walk. They walk. I decide. You decide. He decides. She decides. It decides. We decide. You decide. They decide. I learn. You learn. He learns. She learns. It learns. We learn. You learn. They learn. I find. You find. He finds. She finds. It finds. We find. You find. They find. I take. You take. He takes. She takes. It takes. We take. You take. They take. I am. You are. He is. She is. It is. We are. You are. They are. It leads you to a lonely place. He leads you to a lonely place. She leads you to a lonely place. Future, shall and will. Well, not exactly. No, nie zupełnie. Normally it's will. Zwykle to will. I mean quite often it's will. But, ale, in the first person, pierwszej osobie, if you are traditional, jeśli jest się tradycyjnym, we tend to use shall. Zwykle używamy shall. And I can't tell you why I used will in the future perfect simple. I nie mogę wam powiedzieć, dlaczego użyłam will future perfect simple. Because I don't know. Ponieważ nie wiem. I did not do it on purpose. Nie zrobiłam tego celowo. So, the first person singular, the first person, pierwsza osoba, I and we, ja, I i we, czyli ja i my, shall or will, shall lub will. The second and the third person, druga i trzecia osoba, will. And there can be other more advanced uses too. I mogą być też inne, bardziej zaawansowane użycia. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill. Exactly. Thou shalt, 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 thou, 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 thou shalt not kill. Nie zabijaj. Tłumacząc dosłownie jak Matołek, if you translate it literally like some dumb person, it will be, to byłoby, it would be, to byłoby, nie będziesz zabijać. Future. You will not kill. But this is special use, ale to jest specjalne użycie. A bit ancient, or not a bit, trochę z dawne użycie. A właściwie nie trochę. However, it is important for our lesson because we are going to end it with Shakespeare. Ale jest to ważne dla naszej lekcji, bo skończymy ją Szekspirem. And there will be many ancient uses of words there. I tam będzie dużo dawnych użyć słów. And perfect, have. Well, have is correct, certainly. When we have a perfect tense, we always have a form of have. Have jest poprawne, na pewno. Kiedy mamy czas perfect, łączący, zawsze mamy jakąś formę have. But apart from the past participle, oprócz imiesłowu biernego, we have the present participle. Mamy present participle. And not to get confused, I will not talk about it now. I żeby się nie zamotać, nie będę Wam o tym mówić teraz, because I need to check it exactly in terms of Polish, ponieważ muszę to sprawdzić dokładnie w kategoriach języka polskiego. So, I guess we can finally move to our song, our new song. Więc mam nadzieję, że możemy w końcu przejść do naszej piosenki, naszej nowej piosenki.